All right, get the light writing. Anyhow, our cultural war's on like never before, and we're not even close to done with where it's going.
Social liberal became the acceptable way for mainstream types to describe their cultural beliefs. But as we've been reminded over these last 14 days or so, the culture is where the battle for our future will be won or lost. So when you see 20-somethings carrying signs that spell America with a KKK, yelling in the faces of police officers or National Guardsmen, remember that they learn this behavior from either their radical parents or their progressive teachers or maybe activist celebrities, all validated along the way by a fawning press corps. What we're witnessing is a relentless propaganda war against the old teachings about America. It's an effort to smear our history and our patriotic spirit. For decades, conservatives from Phyllis Schlafly, and they tried to trash her recently, to Bill Bennett, warned about the poisonous effects of the cultural monopolies, but they were largely ignored. After the death of true liberals like Christopher Hitchens, I'm hard-pressed to name any prominent liberal who would openly oppose today's cancel culture. This was Hitchens in 2006.
It's not just the right of the person who speaks to be heard. It is the right of everyone in the audience to listen and to hear. And every time you silence somebody, you make yourself a prisoner of your own action because you deny yourself the right to hear something.
A few decades back, many Republicans and even some liberals dismissed things like critical feminist theory and critical race theory at our universities as kind of harmless musings of a radical fringe. Well, today those theories are mainstream because good academics and administrators were just too weak or too afraid to push back. So now you really can't read Huckleberry Finn without hearing that Mark Twain was just a hopeless racist, or even Macbeth without being lectured about Shakespeare's misogyny. Guilt is marketed and foisted on liberals and conservatives alike by the new Bolsheviks. That's what I'm calling them from now on. Not protesters. These are the new Bolsheviks, and they're eager to wipe away everything that came before them. And they want to force everyone else to beg for forgiveness. Now, why would anyone be surprised that a statue of Christopher Columbus was pulled down and set ablaze in Richmond last night, with another in St. Paul being vandalized tonight? Or that entire city blocks in Seattle now look like Mogadishu circa, 1991, 92? Governors and mayors, even corporate CEOs, are positively panicked. They have a case of the vapors by what's been happening in the streets, and they're desperate, falling all over themselves to placate or even work with these new revolutionaries. GOP lawmakers violate their own principle of federalism by considering plans to create a national database to track state and local police officers. HBO removes Gone with the Wind from its offerings. Lego takes the very brave move of ceasing marketing little plastic police figures. None of this will work. Giving in to threats always leads to more threats. These weak efforts at pandering are only going to encourage the kind of nonsense we're seeing tonight in Portsmouth, Virginia. We're going to get to that in a minute. More controls, less freedom. That's what's coming. Now, back in January of 2019, I told you to watch out because New York Congressman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez was not someone to be dismissed, but that in fact, she would soon become the thought leader of the Democrat Party. People were surprised when I said that. Well, I'm not trying to pat myself on the back, but I was right. And her partner in neo-Marxism, Ilhan Omar, has also become a folk hero.
What are you willing to sacrifice to make sure that overfunded police departments are defunded?
We need to completely dismantle the Minneapolis Police Department.
Now, it sure didn't take long for their progressive wish list to dominate the national conversation, did it? And so now Pelosi and Schumer, they find themselves in this really awkward, kind of uncomfortable position. They really need the rage and energy of the streets to beat Trump in November. That's what they think. But with that, they also get the looting and the destruction and the ultimatums that no sane person should ever give in to. Remember the cries of those Chicago aldermen we played you last night?
My major business district is just shattered. You lose the two biggest icons. Why would Walmart or CVS come back to our communities?
What are we going to do, and what do we tell our residents other than good faith people stand up? It's not going to be enough.
Thank you, Alderman. Next question.
Well, no, I want an answer.
I think you're 100%. I think you're 100% full of what I say.
I still can't get over that. They are literally crying and begging Mayor Lightfoot to help save their burned out neighborhoods. And Lightfoot basically told them to bleep off. Same outcome in New York and LA and St. Louis, by the way. Well, begging for mercy from tyrants like Lightfoot or Ralph Northam or de Blasio or Garcetti in LA, he's too weak to be called a tyrant, but you get the point. The more you beg, the more they take. It doesn't work. If you have a 401k, if you own a home, or maybe, heaven forbid, someday you want to own a home, if you want safe streets and you want police to show up, good police, of course, when you need them, do not expect Joe Biden is going to be able to help you. Because if Joe Biden wins in November, the Antifa BLM crowd is going to go through him like a hot knife through butter. Whoever is really going to be governing the country if he ever became president will just keep trying to cut deals with the radicals. We'll take down.
Let's go back here and repeat what she says because it's so key. The giving in will not get us anywhere really worthwhile. Most important point. And if Joe Biden gets in, they will cut through him like butter, a hot knife through butter. He has no spine. He'll be a phony, worthless puppet, and we'll be screwed as a nation.
Biden is going to be able to help you. Because if Joe Biden wins in November, the Antifa BLM crowd is going to go through him like a hot knife through butter. Whoever is really going to be governing the country if he ever became president will just keep trying to cut deals with the radicals. We'll take down this statue here. We'll adopt this slogan there. Until the main symbols of America will basically just be a bunch of nasty graffiti and charred buildings. Those
Bunch of nasty graffiti and charred buildings. I tell you, this culture, these mindsets, they think they can riot and destroy. We're in serious trouble. Serious trouble. I don't think we're going to make it through 13 years. It's going to be so brutal that people will long wish that Christ had come before 13 years is up.
Those are going to be our monuments. Equal opportunity, equal treatment under the law will be replaced with a reign of cultural terror and retribution against the old order. Just ask the law-abiding residents of Seattle. This is what their cultural revolution looks like.
City Hall! City Hall! Who's City Hall?
City Hall! Whose lives matter? Whose lives matter?
These are liberals they're going after. Far left progressive liberals. All of us who still believe in free thought, free debate, who are against this campaign of bullying and intimidation, have to support a return to peace, prosperity, and public safety. And President Trump, you might think he's rough around the edges, but he's the only candidate who will stand up for the average American against these modern-day Marxists. We need him to win, but that's not enough. the Democrats who have tolerated and indeed fomented this violence, we need to teach them a lesson so vivid that they will finally gain the courage to take back their party from the radicals who now dominate it.
That's it. We're in a battle like never before, and if we don't put these Democrats in their place, and it has to be so vivid, so powerful, so financially and legally powerful, that they either get the party back to real decent people, or they create a new one. The battle is on like we've never seen. God bless America, and God help the conservative people, because the Republican Party needs to get a spine like they've never had, and they need to clean their party up like they never have, because unless they solidify and do that, they haven't got a chance. They've been too spineless, and they have not put the Democrats in their place. Think about what's going on. We're fighting for the very fabric and life of America. It could soon be gone. Good day.